Kia ora, namaste, assalamualaikum, sastriakal, kemcho, varakam, bula vinaka. Welcome to CopChat. I'm Jessica Puang, the Ethnic Responsiveness Manager for Tamaki Makaurau of the New Zealand Police. I wish to thank Apna TV for allowing us to use this platform to reach out to the communities. Now, many of us are immigrants to this country, and of course we want to build a good career. So today I have the privilege of inviting Inspector Stephen McIntyre, the Maori Responsiveness Manager of Waitemata District, to come and have a chat with me of how to join the New Zealand Police. Welcome, Inspector Stephen McIntyre, to CopChat.
Kia ora, Jessica. Thank you very much. And tēnā koutou katoa.
Right, so you are the Maori Responsiveness Manager for Waitemata District.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your role?
So the Māori Responsiveness Manager, we have one in every police district. So effectively there's 12 across the country, and our role is to be in charge of our Māori, Pacific and ethnic services. In Tamaki Makaurau that's slightly changed now because we have yourself as the Ethnic Responsiveness Manager,
Yes.
which is awesome to have you on board, and Inspector Willie Whanine, who's the Pacific Responsiveness Manager. So my role is slightly more swayed to just the Māori facet of our work group now.
So what's your focus for this?
So my focus for this is part of our business is to, as a goal of the government, is to reduce reoffending for Māori by 25% by the year 2025.
Right.
Tough goal, but I think very achievable, and so that's my ultimate focus.
Right, and I know it's a very important responsibility.
Yeah.
So, and even from many other colleagues that I've come to know have told me you are achieving good results and doing a fantastic job. Yeah.
It's not just me,
Yes,
our
yes,
district is
yes.
achieving
You're
some
being
pretty
very
good
humble.
results.
All right. Okay. So today, more importantly, that people want to know about recruiting. So I understand in every district there is a lead for recruiting. Is that right?
That's correct. So across our 12 districts, there's a recruitment lead. In Waitemata, that happens to be myself.
Why do they need to have a lead in each district? Why is that so?
So the government set ourselves 1,800 extra sworn police officers that we wanted to join our organisation within 3 years.
Yes.
It's pretty hard to do for just one person, so we spread the love and the workload across the districts. And so in each district there's a recruitment lead to try and help enable our district to contribute
Okay.
to us achieving that recruitment, those recruitment numbers.
Right. So so what do you hope to achieve being the lead for the district? And are you able to give us some numbers, or what's happening in that unit?
So ideally each district would try to recruit predominantly around diversity in our communities.
Okay.
We want to match what our community looks like, our population. Currently in our organisation we aren't quite there, and unfortunately the breakdown for us is when we have applicants who are Māori, Pacific, Asian, or even female. They don't get through the process as well as what I would definitely like to them to achieve.
So why do you think it's challenging in that sense?
Yeah, I think it's challenging on the assessment days. So on the assessment days, people have to go through psychometric testing,
Okay.
numerical, literacy assessments, even a profile test. And then they also have to do a physical test as well, which is a combination of a run, some press-ups, a jump test, and a grip test.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of people do fall over at that stage, and it's quite early in the process for people. Once people pass that, though, they're nearly home and hosed. They just have to go through a few other medical checks, vetting, be accepted into the candidate pool, and wait for their opportunity to go to the police college.
Right. So in order to, if someone wants to join the police, what are some of the criteria? Do they have to be a resident, or?
So you can be 17 when you apply, but you have to be 18 when you actually start your training process, whether that's at the Royal New Zealand Police College, which is in Wellington, or we actually have a training, a school that can take a small amount of people in Tamaki Makaurau now.
So you mean that when you say you mean the course, some of the courses are done in Auckland, rather than in the past, everyone has to go to Porirua in Wellington.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. So a trial was started last year, where they would have a contingent of recruits actually training in the Greater Auckland area, Tamaki Makaurau. Great for some people because it allows them to still be at home with their
Right,
families.
of course.
So, whereas it restricted some people having to go to Wellington because they were away from their families,
Okay.
and they might have been the primary source of income and caregivers even.
Well, you said primary source of income. So while they're in this course, do they get paid?
Yes, they do.
All
Yep.
right, thank goodness.
16 weeks of training, and we actually pay people to do their training.
Wow. Okay, so so when they go for training and then they come out, they're promised a job. Unlike other careers, you can, for example, if you go to university and then you study many years, you come out, you still got to hunt for a job. But what you're saying is, joining the police is where you go into the course and then you come out, you're promised a job. How wonderful is that?
That's wonderful.
So
That's wonderful.
what's the salary like? You know, we are ethnic people, we look at salaries.
During the training period of 16 weeks, the salary is 45k in totality for the year.
So that's training time for
So
the
that's
year.
just training
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
So you get paid to train, and you're on a salary of 45k, roughly 45k.
Okay.
When you graduate and come out,
After the 16 weeks.
after the 16 weeks,
Okay.
and most people graduate. Over 98% of people complete
Okay.
the course.
Wow.
Yep.
That's high.
And that instantly goes up to a total remuneration package of 66k.
Oh, 66 now. Like,
Mm.
wow, that's pretty good.
It's
Pretty
pretty
good.
good, better than the
Yes.
average, but people don't join the New Zealand Police for the money. The money's a bonus, absolutely. But most people join, the overarching theme for joining the New Zealand Police is they want to make a difference.
Yes.
They want to make a
Yes.
difference.
I mean, I talk with lots of my ethnic colleagues too. And sometimes, I mean, I've been asking them, why do you want to join the why did you join the New Zealand Police? And they said, well, I really want to make a difference. And a lot of them, it's their childhood dream.
Yes.
Yes. So does one have to have residency or citizen in order to join, or people on work permit, can they join? What's the criteria?
So you have to be a New Zealand or an Australian citizen,
Okay.
or have permanent New Zealand residency.
Okay.
And as I said before, you have to be 18 when you start your actual training, whether that's at the police
Mhm.
college or in Tamaki Makaurau. But of course you can be 17 when you hit the button to apply.
All right. So when say for example anybody outside there who wish to join police, what is the first thing they should do?
The newcops.co.nz website has all the information.
newcops.co.nz. Okay.
Newcops.co.nz.
So they go in there and what do they do?
They can create a profile. First of all, you want to read about what's required.
Okay.
There's career pathways information. There's the salary information. The tests I spoke about before, all that information's on there. There's even
Okay.
practice tests on there for people to have a look
Practice
at.
test?
Practice tests.
Practice of what?
The psychometric test.
Oh, the psychometric.
Yeah,
Okay.
numerical and literacy.
Okay.
So you're able to go through and just have a play.
Okay.
See if you like it. See if you think I'm up to this, and particularly reviewing the physical requirements.
Mhm.
We want people to be match fit when they start the process. We don't want people to miss out
All right.
on those assessment days. We want them to be match fit. So if you think you're close enough, we would implore people, apply. Create yourself a profile on the website, which tells you how to do that, of course. And click apply, and all of a sudden you're in the system. You're in the system, and people will be contacted by a selection specialist to just go through the requirements
Yes.
as needed during the process.
Yes. And I think the moment after they applied, someone will call them, like have a casual chit chat
Absolutely.
to see whether the person is suitable too. Yeah. So what qualifications does one need? Does someone needs to have university degree or something in order to apply? How does it work?
No, so basically you've just got to pass those tests, and most people can get a gauge that they'll pass, particularly the psychometric testing, if they've done the NCEA level 2.
Okay.
If they've completed that level, passed it, no worries, they should be fine in doing the tests that are required
Right,
for the police.
so there's no necessity of having university qualifications?
Not
Okay.
at all. In fact, if someone wanted to try university whilst they're in the police, they can apply for the ability to be able to go and study, and assistance with financially as well, time off to help them study. I was lucky enough I got to do that a couple of times myself in my career.
So the police pay you while you are being a police officer to advance your further qualifications. Wow,
Absolutely.
that's really good. I also heard about driving.
Mm.
Was that another challenge? Why is it different from police driving and normal driving? So some people seem to think that in order to become a police officer, driving skills is quite different. Is that a rumor or is that real?
So one of the criteria to join is you have to have a full New Zealand driver's licence. That's your criteria.
Just a full driver's license?
Full driver's
Okay.
licence. And whilst you're doing your training, you go through numerous stages of driver training.
Mm-hmm.
Not like defensive driving courses, but probably another level, because there's obviously certain urgent duty driving that we might have to do in our duties. And police recruits get trained to keep themselves safe and the public safe whilst they're driving.
Okay. So, you just mentioned about some of the challenges. Sometimes I feel it's not challenges, they are simply fears. Because some people are quite capable, but they fear that, for example, for us ethnic people, we always think physically we are not capable of passing the assessment. So I want to know what kind of support is it out there for people like that?
So ideally, people would be match fit, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
However, there is support out there. In some districts, there are, I'll call them fitness groups.
Running
For the
groups.
physical?
Yeah.
Yeah, some call it running
Yeah.
groups,
Yes,
but
yes.
fitness groups. So
Yes.
they can take people through the run, the press-ups, the jump sort of tests to try and alleviate those fears that they can actually do this, and help them progress to get to a level so that when they hit apply, they're confident and they know that they should be able to pass on assessment day.
Right. Now, okay, if you say if as long as people pass assessments, so if someone fails the assessment, is that the end, and how does it work?
No, so it's not the end, but unfortunately, if they've failed the assessments and some re-assessments, there is a bit of a stand-down period. For the psychometric testing, it's 12 months, unfortunately. That time period is seen as optimal for people to actually go away and gain the skills that's
Upskill
required,
themselves, yep.
absolutely, rather than go away for a couple of weeks, just do practice test after practice test, and get to know what the answers could be, and then come back and do the test again. You know, we want people to actually be of the right skills, knowledge and experience
Yep.
when they hit the ground running.
Okay. And now, how long have you yourself been a police officer?
Just over 22 years.
22 years. What is it that made you stay on?
Well, one, yes, the overarching theme to make a difference, but additional to that is the people that I work with. Our
Right.
organisation, we have a great organisation. No matter what people might read about in the media, sometimes in the media, or hear about from other people in the public, this is one of the best organisations in our country, I believe. We've got great people who are all here for that overarching theme. They want to make a difference, genuinely have the heart to try and make a difference for our communities. So that's why I've stayed. Money's a bonus, as I said before, when you start recruiting, and 22 years ago for myself, the money was great as a young fella, but coming to work every day with the people I work with, doing what we're doing for our communities is the reason I stay.
Yes, and obviously, you know, since I took up this new role as the Ethnic Responsiveness Manager, Inspector Stephen McIntyre, you have, under no conditions that you would ask for. You've always there for me. You've always been helping me and guiding, especially myself coming to a new district, and you've never asked for any reward or want anything back from me. And I think you are really a role model for us, being that leader. And again, you're Maori unit, and I'm ethnic. You didn't draw a boundary that this is your problem and go and fix it yourself. You're always there for me, and I really want to thank you for that. So, what do you think the community can do to help us attract more people into the police?
Gee, I'd love our communities to try and identify amongst their families, their friends, their community groups, anyone who they think would be an appropriate person to join the New Zealand Police. And appropriate, I mean, like they're motivated and they live by the values that we have in our organisation. They're professional, they're honest, respectful, have empathy for people, value diversity, and in particular for New Zealand, committed to Māori and the Treaty of Waitangi as well.
Sure.
So anyone who they think that can tick those boxes and can represent their communities, their families, their friends, they need to be given a little push and have a conversation and direct them to me.
Yes.
I'll gladly take them.
Yes, and I think we should be really proud because New Zealand has been voted the least corrupt countries in the world many, many years consecutively. So joining the New Zealand Police is definitely a very proud way of building a career, isn't it?
Very proud.
Yeah.
Very proud.
So, say for example, I mean, thank you so much for sharing with us. But say for example, I want to know more, but I want to meet people. So you're aware of that this upcoming recruiting seminar that is happening soon. Are you aware of that?
Yes, should be great. On the 5th of October at Shed 10 on Queen's Wharf. I believe it kicks off at 9:15 a.m.
Yes.
Should be a fantastic day. All and sundry, come along, see what's on offer, and hopefully we'll get a few people who are keen and motivated.
Yes, that's actually at the ANZ Migrant Expo, and from 9:30, 9:15, we would like you to be there at 9:15, but from 9:30 to 10:30, the police will be doing a proper seminar to give a step-by-step information of how to join the New Zealand Police. Then after that, we're going to have some press-ups done. We're going to have competition, really fun competition, and there'll be prizes too. So I would really like to invite any of you, or even your family members, or your friends, your neighbors, to come and meet our police officers. The police dogs will be there too, and come and have some fun with us. All right, so
sounds like a great day.
Anything else you would like to say, Inspector McIntyre?
No, just thank you very much for the opportunity, and look forward to seeing everyone's applications soon.
Thank you. That's all the time we have for today. If you have any feedback, please do email us. Tune in the next time, and thank you for watching Cop Chat.
कुमकुम कलेक्शंस लिमिटेड, जहां आपको मिलेंगे आपके मनपसंद कपड़े आपके दिल को खुश कर देने वाले डील्स के साथ। कॉटन कुर्तीज, अनारकली ड्रेसेस, पटियाला सूट्स, ड्रेसेस, लहंगा, साथ ही आपको यहां मिलेंगे छोटे बच्चों के लिए कुर्तीज भी, डिजाइनर साड़ीज, Parking available behind the store, 95 St. George Street, Old Papa Territory.